All right, Vengevine. For those that have been living under a rock with regards to Modern, the bridge in this deck refers to Bridge from Below, which is an enchantment that doesn't do anything while it's in play, but while it's in your graveyard, you get a 2/2 zombie token whenever a non-token creature you control dies. The Vine in Vengevine refers to Vengevine, which is a creature that returns itself from your graveyard to play when you cast your second creature for the turn. And then notably, this deck got a number of powerful upgrades in Commander Masters, Commander Horizons, with Hogaak, Arisen, Necropolis, which you know is busted because it says on the cards you can't cast mana. You can't use mana to cast this card, and the most busted things in Magic are always casting spells for free. And then we have Altar of Dementia here, which actually turns this deck into a combo mill deck. So Altar of Dementia, alongside Hogaak and Bridge from Below, lets you turbo mill yourself a bunch and then eventually put enough power into play from Bridge from Below zombies to mill your opponent out. So this deck can mill its opponent out as early as the third turn of the game. Basically, this deck is the competitive mill deck that casual players have wanted in Modern since the inception of the format. This is finally a competitive mill deck. Much like Tron is competitive Panza, this is competitive mill. We were a real Modern deck, Persip. We went 3-2, and I concluded that I'd be willing to play it again. We even beat Dredge. This hand is by no means super busted, but any hand with Faithless Looting, Insolent Neonate, and lands to cast them is probably worth keeping. Like, we're not guaranteed to have a super strong start here, but the potential is here. Basic Mountain Go. They mulligan to 4. Could be Dredge. It's a snow-covered mountain. Could be Scred. Could be a prison deck. I'm going to go ahead and Faithless Looting here on 1. We have Bloodghast and Bridge from Below. That's pretty good. Hopefully, if the Stitcher Supplier hits a Vengevine, we could have as much as like 8 power in play next turn. Opponent has conceded. Mulligan to 4, saw we were playing conceded. We've 3-2'd with traditional fairies a number of times. Alright, so I think in the dark against most things, I want to bring in the Overgrown Tomb, the trophies, and the Nature's Claims. I'm going to trim the Necrotic Wound, because it's only good against creature decks. Hey, America. It's been longer than I thought. Thanks for the amazing time. Thanks for the amazing support, America. I appreciate the 13 months. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday wherever you're at. Welcome, welcome. All right, so what are my trims here? Are you sure this is not a creature deck? I'm not 100% certain, Burgle. But that's why, so maybe I don't board in all the claims. One of the reasons why I like Trophy is that I could just be conservative and like only do this, like only board in these 3. Like this gives me some outs to things like Ensnaring Bridge and Leyline of the Void, while still guaranteeing that I don't have just dead cards in the event they're playing a creature deck. Which is one of the reasons I like Trophy as a sideboard card. Can I just like trimming around the edges here? Maybe I leave in the extra Vengevine when I'm boarding in the Overgrown Tomb. Have a good one, Saigo. And keep this on the draw. I boarded in an extra land. If we hit some lands, this hand does some stuff. Breeding Pool. I think that implies Scape Shift. Or they're an Ice Vein deck. Yeah, looks like Scape Shift. That card is notably very good against Bridge from Below. Snuffleupagus, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Alright, so we're going to bin the Vengevine here, I think. Open a draw land. Perfect. I want to Stitcher Supplier before I play my land for the turn because I could Stitcher Supplier into Bloodghast. We did hit a bridge there, unfortunately. Trigger my Vengevine. So my bridge gets exiled when my opponent has a creature that dies there. Swamp is beautiful art. Just Moto things. Just Moto things. So, do I try and just combo mill them this turn? Yeah, I think I try and just combo mill them, Burgle. It's like these flip 4 cards over. Alright, there's a Hogaak. Yeah, I can definitely get Vengevine back with the Hogaak hit. Still haven't found another bridge here. I did hit 3 Bloodghast, though. Hey, what's going on, Kate? When you resub, you have to... So here's an interesting question. I think I'm supposed to mill myself some more here before I cast the Hogaak, because if I hit another Vengevine, I get the Vengevine back, right? So what's the optimal sequencing here? I think it's milling myself at least 2 more, right? Possibly 4 more. Prize Amalgam's just too slow. Alright, unfortunately did not find another Vengevine. Yeah, I have two more Vengevines in my deck because I boarded the 4th out. Sorry, for the person who commented on Prime subs, when you resub, you have to click to send your notification through. Or sometimes sometimes refresh your browser page. We're looking for bridges. All right, I found a bridge. Now the question is, did I... Oh, and I haven't been... I should be Hogaaking in response to... No, I have one more bridge in my deck, because one got exiled. I might actually not have enough to full combo mill them at this point, right? I think it took me too long to find the second bridge, and I didn't find Vengevine soon enough. I might actually be short here. God, and I'm definitely short now. Flippin' Moto, man. I was holding control, and it didn't retain priority while I cast my spell. There's no full control mode in this application like Arena, so you just have to, like, there's no visual indicator that is accurately holding priority for you. So, like, I'm gonna be short milling cards. That's so fucking frustrating. This application is such a piece of garbage. Thanks for the 2 months, Kate. I appreciate that. We were gonna be tight regardless, but I think we might have been able to get there. But this denies me an extra tool, and I needed every resource there because of how far down our bridge from belows were. And we were a little bit unlucky there, but I think we were still going to be able to make it through if I had simply had Moto function accordingly. Alright, I don't think their deck's a permanent-based Graveyard Hate deck, so I'm going to go ahead and board out the trophies and the claims and board in these Thoughtseizes, because Thoughtseizes can clear things like Anger of the Gods, which is nice. I kind of think I want the extra Altar against what they're doing. I was holding control while I cast a Hogaak off of a Hogaak, and then it didn't hold control for me. It just cast the second one and put it into play. I run out of cards in my graveyard to cast Hogaak enough times. Every Hogaak is 12 mil. Maybe I have enough. I don't know. I was kind of just off it because Moto's a pile of garbage. I didn't sit down and count. I wasn't guaranteed kill next turn. I conceded because I didn't feel like clicking through a game where Moto decided to rail us. We weren't guaranteed dead. I get it. I don't think this hand does enough. This hand's kind of mediocre. I think it's a keep. I'm gonna make a note to file for comp. These new leagues are fleecing all my tickets, so file for comp for Bridgevine League. So unless we 5-0, we'll get our entry fee back because Moto is garbage. Thanks for the 13 months, Red Tech. Welcome back. What's going on, Rug Life? Thanks for the 3 months. Welcome back. Yeah, Moto makes me swear. It's real bad. In addition to every match of Magic you play on Magic Online being effectively like both players playing full control mode, it's not even effective at like letting you do what you're intending to do. The fact that there's no visual indicator when you're holding control to retain priority is a really big user interface application failure. I think the fact that I have a land on top means I'm not going to looting on one here. Match 1, game 3. That's just not worth talking about, go to Scoop Step. They're just not going to do anything like that. And even if they do, that's like a bridge you cross when you get there. Alright, let's take a peekaboo, shall we? I'm going to take their Tri-Builder here because it messes with my bridges. The Ice Fangs, like, theoretically mess with my bridges, but I have a little bit more control over how they mess with my bridges. A Fred the Third, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Morning, Megas. They have a remand in their hand, Burgle. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and make a 2-2 here. This might be one of those games where we just, like, scrappy them out. Like, deck for 6. So, if they block my Bloodghast here, I get to make a zombie, and then I can play Gravecrawler, get back Bloodghast, play Hogaak. Because both these brig triggers happen. So I stack it, so I make a 2-2 before the bridge is exiled. So they go to 11. And then even if they have something like, say, Anger of the Gods, I have an 8-8. So I don't think this deck is going anywhere. Faithless Looting decks have been running rampant in Modern for the better part of the last decade. Why would they ban them now? This is just a good example of just like the different axes of attacks that this deck can take. Like last game we would have comboed milled them if Moto had let me had held priority correctly. And then this game we just, like, put my 8-8 into play. Good luck, Godspeed. Those lands don't cast Cryptic Command. They don't cast Wrath of God. Opponent has conceded. All right, we won in spite of Moto. Despite Moto's best efforts, we have won the game. How are we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to everybody wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We start every morning with 1 to 2 leagues on Magic Online, playing some Modern and occasionally Legacy, and we roll on into some Standard in the afternoon on Magic Arena. As always, love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it up to the Midwest to play in one of their tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG Series. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards. Using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on their already fantastic pricing on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards that you really want. They also have a fantastic draft simulator that's free to use on their website, so be sure to check that out. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now, and I appreciate you spending part of your Wednesday here with us. Remember, if you are a new viewer and enjoying my content, be sure to hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it'll let you know when I go live and with what. And also be sure to take a peek at my website and other things like that. Lots of good magical information on there for all sorts of constructed stuff. Hey, M. Frigley, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. And Iceman, thanks for sticking around for the 10th month. Is this in the range of keepable? I feel like this is in the range of keepable. If Stitcher Supplier hits a Vengevine, I have 9 power on turn 2. If I find like a Faithless Looting, the hand's like pretty okay. If I find an Altar, the hand's pretty okay. A lot of things that make this hand very good. Yeah, it's not, you don't like look at this hand and go, this is one of our most busted starts, but I think it's like in the range of keepable 7. Morning Inner. All right, we hit a Gravecrawler and a Bloodghast in there. If the opponent is playing something like Devoted Druid, our hand is not well situated for racing them. Mosswort Bridge. You may cast the card that's been hidden away if creatures you control have total power 10 or greater. I've definitely registered some Mosswort Bridges in my day. Definitely registered some Mosswort Bridges in my day. They also have bridges. It's the bridge mirror match. All right, 2-1 tribal. Let's go. I should technically attack first here, but they're not trading. They're Giver of Runes for my Stitcher Supplier, so I'm just going to get my auto pass value in here. Auto tapper when. Seven power on turn 2. Pretty slow start for us. I can cast my 8/8 next turn, right? Pretty sure. Definitely can cast my 8/8. Faithless Looting. Sign me up. Oh. Oh, Vengevine and Bloodghast. Oh. What an incredibly fair and reasonable start. Are we gonna cast Hogaak without discarding any cards from, or without exiling any cards from my bin? I think we are. I should have attacked first, maybe. I don't think it matters. I didn't attack with this because I didn't want them to exile my bridge. That is a green hideaway land, Burgle. Good eye. Mosswort Bridge. Oh no, they pathed my 8/8. I only have 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 6. I only have 17 power left. They pathed my 8/8. How can I win? Oh no. Maybe we're gonna get like Settle the Wreckage, like get our comeuppance. Just get destroyed. That's true. If we had Mosswort Bridge, we could fetch an Overgrown Tomb and activate it. Altar off the top would be lethal. Ooh, that's actually really good. That's actually really good. That takes my Gravecrawlers. Yep. Look at that. They have the technology. Altar off the top is probably still lethal. Get 2 more shots at it. They took 3 Gravecrawlers with Deputy. Can't cast any creatures this turn, unfortunately. Alright, so they're killing my bridge. That's fine. Maybe, maybe not. Blocking here, giving pro green, I assume. Take 7, go to 11. I'll drop a land, pick my Bloodghast back up. Or can I buy that swamp full grab a Sharpie at your local office supply store? Ain't that the truth? Like, just think about this game, right? Like, my draw was bad, and my opponent went Path and a Deputy, and I still have over 10 power in play. Just like, alright, sure. If they have a second Deputy, which is very possible they play 4 of it, we could maybe be in trouble. Ooh, this gets a second Deputy, potentially. Yixid Jailer. Sure. Okay. I just cast that one, right? We just cast that one. No, this is a main deck Yixid Jailer, Burgle. Do I want to attack? I could attack with 4 things. Do I want to attack with 4 things? Is that worth it? If I attack with 4 things, they like eat this, take 6, go to 5. I think that's worth it. They could like eat this, block here, protect, and then take 4, go to 7. Is it worth losing 2 things to deal 6 or losing 1 thing to deal 4? I think it is. They either block here, eat this, take 4. Or they eat here, take 6, go to 5, and then I lose both of these. Nah, I'm just going to cast this turn, I think. I think I just do this and pass. This deck's got a lot of micro decisions in it, which makes it amusing to play for a busted deck. Now that land means if they have another Eldamari's Call, they can go fetch another deputy. My opponent has cast a morph creature. Does Faithless Looting potentially find me anything useful? There is a singleton copy of Wound in my main deck, which could be useful here. Bloodghast has haste if we draw the last one. Hey, John Doe, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate you re-upping your Twitch Prime this way. Welcome back. You know, it takes 9 months writing an academic paper. I started to procrastinate writing, and now we're getting close to submission. Well, welcome back, Kami Pizza. Thanks for keeping me around. Sure. Sure. I was thinking Den Protector too, but Fortune Thief works. They do still have the Boss Word Bridge. They're still pretty far off from activating it, right? They're right. They've got a bunch of 0 power creatures. This is Angel's Grace when it flips up. Oh, wait, this is permanently this, huh? Yeah, we actually can't beat this, right? This isn't until end of turn. There wasn't a trigger. It's just a state-based thing. That's sweet. Yeah, we're dead. With the Yixid Jailer plus the Fortune Thief kills us. I can't beat both. Yeah, we can't combo mill them because of Yixid Jailer. I have 10, 14, I have 18 power. That's a sweet one. They cobbled together enough hate cards to beat our slow draw. So props to them. I have 1 wound in my deck, and they have a Giver of Runes in play, chat. So I definitely want the wounds. I'm not sure how many trophies I want. Maybe just 4 removal spells is fine. Need to cut 3 cards here. It's probably some amount of Bloodghast, a Vengevine. Altar seems pretty good if they're playing that, what's it called card? that prevents them from dying to damage. Maybe just cut 2 Bloodghast. 2 Bloodghast and a Vengevine. Does not seem unreasonable. Let's give this a try. This one's pretty good. Turn 1, looting, ditch these 2. If you find another 1 mana creature, we'll get to go. This 1 drop, get this back from the land. Perfect. If we're really lucky, the Stitcher Supplier will hit another Vengevine or another Bloodghast, but we did board out both of those cards, so not super likely. I trimmed to 2 Bloodghast and 3 Vengevine. Birds of Paradise resolves. Play the Stitcher Supplier before the land, just in case we hit the second Bloodghast. Are we going to get to Hogaak this turn, too? I think we're going to get to Hogaak this turn, too. Yeah, 10 out of 10 going to get to play an 8/8 this turn as well. Alright, so turn 2, we have 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 16 power in play, and we're attacking for 4. Not bad, not bad. Get to play Altar and combo mill them next turn. Oh no! Oh no, they named Zombie, chat. Oh no, they named Zombie. Oh no. Huh. I'm supposed to just combo mill them, right? I hit a bridge on those mills. That's Plague Engineer. All zombies get -1/-1. So I can Stitcher Supplier here, which mills over. I should alter first, because then I can sack Bloodghast, right? And get the Bloodghast back with this land. Yeah. All right, let's try and combo mill them here. Opponent concedes to altar because they know they're statistically likely to be combo milled from this position. Yay, magic! Yay! Alright, gotta win one on the draw. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. That start kind of makes me want another Bloodghast in my deck. Do I want this a third Bloodghast in my deck? Discuss. And if so, what do I cut? This hand's pretty good. Turn 1, land, looting, ditch Vengevine, ditch bridge. Opponent tanked there, so like, maybe their hand doesn't have a hate card or has a slow-ish hate card. Second Stitcher Supplier, sweet. So we just need a mana source here to get the Vengevines back onto. Perfect. Never didn't have it. We had Carrion Feeder as well, which is good for us. Night. So they're gonna have Bojuka Bog next turn, so how much damage can I do before they Bojuka Bog me is the question. So I Stitcher Supplier to start for sure, because I could hit a Bloodghast like I did. So now I'm gonna do this, get back Bloodghast. I think I Carrion Feeder now at this point, because I hit a second bridge. I hit a third bridge. I hit a Hogaak in the bin. So I'm actually going to go ahead and cast this Hogaak from the bin here ASAP. So that way my opponent doesn't have a chance to surgical it. I think I'm getting rid of this other Bloodghast here. I'll get rid of the Faithless Looting. And then there's actually 3 bridges in my graveyard here, so I think I just kind of go crazy this turn, right? I sacrifice Bloodghast, which gets me 3, and then I sacrifice Hogaak, which gets me 3, and then I recast the Hogaak. And then I can cast the Hogaak again, sacrifice it again, get 3 more, and then cast it another time. So again, for people who are counting, this was my second turn, but Modern's a turn 4 format, so they took 2 turns, we took 2 turns. 2 plus 2 is 4. Modern's a turn 4 format. Want to make sure we're not pushing any false narratives about Modern being too fast. So turn 4 format checks out. His hand's lacking. His hand would like a Faithless Looting. Ooh, Looting Mirror Match, yay. I think I just ditched this bridge. Why is Carrion Feeder seen as an integral part of this build? Wouldn't Viscera do the same amount of work? Carrion Feeder is very important for your non-combo draws. For your draws where you're just casting creatures and attacking with them. Which, I know we haven't had a ton of those draws in this league, but those draws do come up. Hey, thanks for the 23 months, BMEC. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm nowhere near casting this just yet. So I'm going to attack for 2, and then I'm going to pay 2 mana for a Bloodghast, I think. Our draw here could likely be too slow for a mirror match or for dredge. But we'll see. Yeah, Feeder's also a zombie, which lets you recast Gravecrawler, which is relevant. I'm gonna fetch basic Swamp here, because our health total could be relevant, and the times where we need double red are pretty few and far between. Especially with the way our hand is at the moment. And then next turn, I'll probably attack. Depending on what they do, we'll attack. But we're probably playing Altar and then sacking the Bloodghast, getting a zombie, and then we'll be able to Hogaak most likely. Looks like we are playing an actual factual mirror. Well, a mirror. The opponent is playing some dredge cards. So their build's a little bit different than ours. I've been kind of underwhelmed with the dredge cards in this archetype, but I've seen other people doing that. Definitely, archetype's still powerful regardless of how it's built, and I don't think we'll know what is close to optimal for these builds until we see results from the next Mythic Championship that's modern. Did they just Lightning Axe my token to kill their own bridge? Sure. The 3-mana blue Planeswalker that they spoiled seems really good. Yeah, I think Grafdigger's Cage would need to be a lot more popular than it currently is for me to want to play shenanigans in this deck. I'd like to draw a land so I can play Altar plus Carrion Feeder this turn. Yep, here's their 8/8. Let's get linear, linear. I want to get linear. Let's get into linear. Do 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 do. All right, there's the land I wanted for Christmas. So what does that let me do? So I'm gonna go ahead and play the Altar. That was a mistake. That was a mistake because I have a Bloodghast. Yeah, that's actually a really big mistake. I'm down a zombie and a Bloodghast. I'm not gonna guarantee to lose because of it, but we're gonna be further behind than we otherwise would be. So I'd have gotten to get another zombie and mill myself 2 more here. Which, like I said, could be super relevant. Also, this one just milled. It just milled a second Bloodghast, so now I'm down 2 zombies technically. That being said, we might combo mill them this turn if we hit another bridge here. I did not hit an additional bridge. I could technically try again, right? Because I can sacrifice the Carrion Feeder. I can also sack my zombies to mill myself. I think I sack my zombies to mill myself first, right? That's the optimal line. If I find a second bridge, the game is over. All right. I am holding control. I am holding control. Okay. In response to this, target myself, sack this. All right, we found a second bridge, which I believe makes this deterministic. Holding control. And again, remember, I foobarred my sequencing with the fetch land that I drew, and I had less resources this game than I otherwise could have had if I had played slightly better. So this game was potentially closer to not being able to combo than I otherwise would have been able to if I would have just played slightly better. And again, for those sitting at home counting, my opponent took 2 turns, we took 3 turns. That makes us a turn 5 kill. Modern is slowing down. I agree. I agree. Concur. Holding down control. Alright, this is the part where we start combo milling them because our graveyard's pretty full. So again, this deck can win. We actually haven't had someone make us click through it. So this deck wins by milling the opponent out a lot of the time. We also get to put a bunch of zombies into place. We're going to have a bunch of power and toughness as well. I'm kind of surprised the opponent's letting us do this, because this lets us see their entire deck. And lets us know everything they're doing. Why not full Convoke? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter is the answer. Alright, and this is where the games get fun because both sides are bringing in Leyline of the Voids and cards to kill Leyline of the Void. Am I supposed to move off the altar plan post board? What are my cuts? I need to bring in like 9 cards here. Bridge is... Do I just, like, cut Bridge Altar? Is that crazy? Is it crazy to just cut Bridge Altar? Because, like, they have a bunch of ways to sacrifice things, too. So, I have Overgrown Tomb here, so I can cast these Vengevines post-board, which I don't think is unreasonable. Like, I think that's too much interaction. Like, people telling me I want Wound too, like, my deck's not gonna work if I have this many non-core cards in my deck, chat. So I think this is what I want to do. I'm effectively boarding in 10 cards. I don't think I have room for Necrotic Wound. Now, if someone who's, like, played the Mirror dozens of times sat down and told me this was wrong, I'd believe them and would defer to their experience. But unless someone has a ton of experience with the Mirror, I think this looks right on the surface. I do want to nod to the comment that if we have Leyline in play, it stops them from exiling our bridges. But the flip side of that is, if we have Leyline in play, we probably don't need Bridge from Below to win, right? Because we're winning by a lot if we have Leyline in play and their graveyard doesn't work. This is a mulligan. No Leyline in the opener. Nothing, nothing, not a particularly busted start. No Leyline. I do have a Nature's Claim, but I don't have a green source to cast it. This hand's like, this is just like a good Dredgevine hand, or a good Bridgevine hand, so I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to basically just like attack with things instead of combo milling them. Right on time, Leyline of the Void. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Definitely not casting that card anytime soon. We wouldn't have had it because we scryed bottom. The Mechanical Turk, thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So, really need to draw a land next turn. If we draw a land and Stitcher Supplier hits some Vengevines, we could be okay here. Okay. All right, so you're saying there's a chance. Underlords last night was fun. Seems like an interesting game. I can see why people enjoy it. It reminds me of the tower defense games. It's like a tower defense game meets a deck building game. So if you enjoy things like Dominion or Ascension, you'd probably would enjoy the auto chess genre, the Underlords and Teamfight Tactics and all these other titles that are coming out with that style of game. Did not find a second Vengevine. Yeah, I think the, like, when there's cross-platform play between like the Dota Underlords between mobile and desktop, I see it being wildly successful. Oh, I should have blocked here, right? So it forced them to kill this. I should have blocked here to force them to kill this. That was a mistake. There is nowhere on the screen. I don't think it shows the current game. This is game 2 and we're up a game. Honestly, the worst part about the auto chest genre that I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get over is the fact that I'm not allowed to spend more money to have better units than my opponent. They just let everyone have a fair fight and be on equal footing from the start, which just seems incredibly wrong and goes against all of the principles America was built on. It's a very un-American game. This isn't my capitalism, right? All right, so I definitely should have blocked here last turn. They don't have cards in their game, so a credit card would be out of place. Fair. I think we're dead. They have a Hogaak, and we have nothing going on. Manasheen, thank you very much for the generous sub gifties. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to our new members of Hoaglandia, given the gift of speech as well. All right, let's try game 3 on the play with our Leylines. That is exactly how capitalism works, yep. Hey, appreciate the working lesson. Yeah, the way the lineup system works in the auto chess games, very similar to a deck builder. All right, Leyline of the Void. We're counting on you. If we draw a red source, this hand is very good. But if we don't draw a land, we're gonna have a bad time. And by that, I mean, hopefully this Leyline of the Void says my opponent's deck isn't going to work and we're going to be okay. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Finally, some real magic. All right. Who's ready for a game of Limited? Cast my 1/1 for 1. Your move, Yugi boy. Your move. Ain't nobody got powerful stuff to do. Now this is the magic we deserve. I agree. Land. Let's go. Let's go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's 2 1s. Do. What did we exile? Who cares? Double Vengevine Hogaak. Oh god, that would have been such a good mill. The fact that I have 2 green sources, I hope the fact that we have 2 green sources to cast Vengevines later wins us this game. Really hoping. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. They have foil Leylines. We're so behind. Don't Nature's claim me. Oh no. Oh no, they're gonna unlock their graveyard, chat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Maybe the rest of their hand is bad. Maybe the rest of their hand is very bad. We did gain 4 life. The Motley Crew beatdown appreciates the gain 4. And I do have a trophy to kill their first Hogaak. So if they're like us, we could trophy their second land if they don't have another basic. That's true. Is that the play? That might be the play. Am I trophying a land? We saw some of their deck. They conceded before I full milled them. Punish for playing the Carrion Feeder last turn. I think I'm just playing my guys and attacking. So I'd have hit them to 8, and then I would have 6. I had 7 power in play this turn. Oh, I guess I could have played the Supplier here, because then this would have had haste. I mean, like, this is what happens, right? Like, they had double Leyline and Nature's Claim, which means they don't have a ton of really aggressive linear cards. So, like, our Motley Crew beatdown could just get them, because these Bloodghast can't block. So we're just like, go, go, go. Maybe if they have a land here, we could get combo killed this turn if their hits are good. All right, that's a Hogaak. Hey, Tudors, thanks for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. And Camboni Machine coming in hot for the 5th month. Thanks for keeping me around. So I have 6 attack in play. This is 7. They got another Hogaak. That's not very good. Do they have a land? If they have a 4th land here, we could be in trouble. Because they get the Bloodghast back and they get to try again. Actually, if they have a 4th land, the Bloodghast pop up and they can cast Hogaak, right? Because they have 7 cards in here, so they have 5. Yeah, so if they have a land, they get to play an 8/8 this turn. They don't have a land. Okay. And then I want to just hold... this trophy for the altar, right? Right? Do I just trophy the altar now? I think I trophy the altar now. Do I just do it proactively? Do I just like draw step trophy the altar? Because if they... The trophy could bring the Bloodghast. Like, a lot of these decks only have 1 basic, though. The problem is, if they hit a fetch land, I'm in trouble. If I wait for the land trigger and they draw a fetch, I get caught with my hand in the cookie jar. I think this is the right play. Because even if it brings the Bloodghast back and they get to cast the Hogaak this turn, I still have lethal because they only have 1 blocker, right? Sweet. What a weird mirror. Just like, they had double hate and they killed our hate and then we just beat them down with 2-1s and 1-1s. All right, real easy 3-0. I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. Nah, let's finish the league. I'll go after the league's done when we change formats. We can hold it. I'm a big boy. From what I've seen, you're supposed to cut altars in the mirror. Yeah, I cut all the altars and all the bridges there. It seemed like an okay plan. Yeah, I cut altars, bridges, and I boarded in 10 cards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So what Canister was doing, I did the same thing as the smart person. Yay! Yay, smart person! We did win. We are undefeated. Every Leyline the opponent kept could have been a 1-1 instead, yep. I think this deck is here to stay. I think it will become less popular than it currently is once people realize it's not that much more busted than a lot of the other things you can do in Modern. But I definitely think until something is banned, if ever, there's a good chance nothing ever gets banned in Modern, that this deck isn't going anywhere. I think I bottom this. This hand really needs a second land. I think it would be greedy to keep this. What are the other busted things to do in Modern? I don't know. There's so many decks that kill you by turn 3. The Devoted Druid decks are good. Is It Phoenix is pretty good. Mono Red Phoenix probably got some solid upgrades too. This one main deck Necrotic Wound's been kind of mediocre, but I don't really know what else I want in that slot. It might just be right to play the 19th land in the main deck. Or the 20th, is that a 20th land? It's a 20th land. Yikes. Are we dead to that? I think we're dead to that, right? Oh, I should have done this at end of turn. Doesn't really matter because I'm going to use it to convoke or whatever. No, I'm not going to have enough to do that this turn. Yeah, we could mine the Thoughtseize. If we don't get Thought Not Seared, we might be able to... I missed 2 points of damage. If we don't get Thought Not Seared, this 8/8 might be able to run the table in this matchup. But if they TKS us this turn, it's probably all bets are off. Next turn we'll be able to go cast this. They go to the graveyard. We have 5 cards. We get to cast this, tapping these and exiling 5. You got it. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, now we're dead. Yeah, that also does it. It's hard to be too upset when you get hosed by cards like this. Let me rephrase. If you're someone who's going to be upset when you get hosed by a card like Chalice of the Void playing this deck, you really can't play this deck. This deck basically, the long, interesting games that you're going to play with a deck like this are kind of few and far between. You are, for the most part, going to be having one-sided games where your opponent plays a Magic card that means you don't get to play Magic, or you lock them out of the game. Those are the 2 modes this deck frequently has. Do I trim some of my 1-mana spells in the face of Chalice of the Void? Need to cut 5 cards here if I want to bring in Thoughtseize, and maybe I don't want Thoughtseize on the play. Maybe I only want it on the draw. Yeah, we can get under Chalice of the Void when we're on the play, and we can take it with Thoughtseize or kill it with Assassin's Trophy post board. I bring in Claim for Chalice, right? This hand doesn't really do anything. I guess it casts Vengevine post board. That's probably not good enough though. I guess it goes Supplier into Carrion Feeder, sack the Supplier. Can I keep this? Is this like low end of keepable? I've been here as long as the MPL knows nothing about their gig. Still too soon. I think this is in the range. I think this is one of those hands where you're not like, yeah, I'm excited, but you're like, yeah, this is a keep. Nothing has comebacks in Modern, Rain. Modern is a format where everyone... So here's the thing that you need to understand about Modern, especially from a paper perspective. When an awesome deck like what we're playing pops up, people don't all of a sudden go, oh, I need to take the Modern deck I've owned and played for the last 3 years and sell it and spend $1,000 on a new Modern deck. That's not how the format works. Modern's a format where, regardless of what is good, people are going to play the cards they own and like casting, because most people aren't playing Magic with their only goal being winning as much as possible. If you're, in my opinion, if the only reason you are playing a card in Modern is because you think it's well positioned, you probably shouldn't play that card. In general, you should play cards in Modern that are objectively powerful and proactive. Oh, I wanted to click Overgrown Tomb. It doesn't matter. I have another fetch land. Okay, we'll zoom in for the next fetch. Grunts and Valika to agree with Jeff. Yep. Druid, thank you for shipping your Prime back this way again. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm gonna concede to a Thoughtseer here, just because we're not fighting through that. But like, if their hand is kind of mediocre aside from Leyline of the Void, we could potentially beat them by just attacking. Hey, Kid Yanemo, did you see the Jeskai Tempo deck we played with 3 mana Teferi and Spellcrawler? I really liked that build. It was sweet. It's a bot up on the YouTube. I think it was the deck of the day on the day we played it, if I recall correctly. All right, 3-1. Lost to some hate cards. That's how it goes. Lost to some hate cards. On to the third one. Fifth one, whatever number this is. Ooh, that's a sneaker keeper if I ever saw one. So we go turn 1, looting, ditch, bridge, Vengevine. If we find a second land, we get to go. Neonate, Gravecrawler, bring Vengevine back, cast Hogaak potentially. So looking for that second land. Did not find it. We get 2 more shots at the second land tier, because we get to go Neonate, discard something, draw another card. Altar means that we're pretty likely to turn 3 combo them. If we hit our lands here. Come on. Come on, land drop. Come on, land drop. Ugh. Missing while drawing a 1-mana creature here means that if we draw a land next turn, we still get to bring the Vengevines back, which is good. So, like, as far as, like, non-land draws were concerned there, that was one of the better ones. Just saw my Unbound Elves deck. What a beating. Never had that kind of unbridled violence upon the deck. I'm sorry. And that's just playing slow and fair and Modern these days, damn. It's kind of how it goes. Now, if they have a Devoted Druid here, we could die on their turn 3. Yay, Modern! Yay, Modern! Do-do-do-do-do-do. Our biggest mistake, not killing them on turn 3. I do accept build round submissions before the full spoiler is up, actually. I just don't accept specific deck lists before the full spoiler is up. For people not familiar with Modern, or maybe not familiar with my opponent's deck, Devoted Druid, when paired with Vizier of the Remedies, generates infinite green mana, which then gives my opponent a variety of ways to end the game, whether it be a Finale of Devastation, or Walking Ballista, or lots of other different things. Wow! They exiled my bridge. That's rude. Land. And I can't... Remember when I said this should probably just be the 20th land in the main deck? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I'm going to make that swap after today, after today's league. Good chance for dead next turn. The Devoted Druid deck is very good. I agree. Yeah, maybe Burgle. I don't know. I'd rather just have a more consistent game plan game one rather than trying to be interactive. Like, if that had just been a land, I would have gotten to, like, put 2 Vengevines into play, put 3 more cards into my bin. I would have had a really good shot of ending the game there. If that had been a land, instead of, like, just playing a bad interactive spell. My opponent appears to either be missing their infinite mana or missing the payoff. Alright, so we're now dead. Vizier gives them infinite mana, and then Eternal Witness returns Walking Ballista to their hand and kills us with it. At least the end of this league is being quick after a little bit longer first one. Alright, this is a matchup where I want Necrotic Wound. I think I also just want 20 lands in general, but this is definitely a Necrotic Wound matchup. How do we feel about trimming bridges and altars? Because my opponent's deck has ways to kill, like, between Walking Ballista and Devoted Druid, they can kind of kill bridge on demand. Although I guess making them lose the Devoted Druid to kill my bridge is probably fine. Listen, all I'm going to tell you is, if you're not choosing to register Faithless Looting or Ancient Stirrings in Modern, just follow your heart. Do whatever you want. Tron plays Ancient Stirrings. It's fine. It's fine. Just draw your sideboard cards, chat. Modern, people are acting like Modern is somehow different than it's been. Modern with this deck is the same as it's been for the last, like, 3 or 4 years now. Since they banned Splinter Twin, Modern has been mostly the same. Fire up your engine and get linear. Or Vile Humans. Vile Humans seems to be the feel-smart deck of choice. I personally think it's much worse than playing the Faithless Looting or Ancient Stirring decks. I think from a pure power level perspective, that deck is embarrassing compared to the good things that go on in Modern. Vile Humans is like the Chalice of the Void decks in Legacy. You can, like, play them, but in reality, they're much worse than the Brainstorm Ponder decks. You can play them, you can top 8, you can win tournaments. But from a power level, consistency perspective, they're much worse. You're not wrong, Burgle. You're not wrong. I would agree with you. Splinter Twin also kind of embarrassing compared to a lot of what's going on in Modern. I would bet this matchup is not good for our deck that we're playing. Being clever is fun. I agree with you. Those. Cast another Faithless Looting. Alright, so if I play this fetch land, I can play the Neonate here still too. Alright, let's do that. So let's play the Neonate. We pick the Bloodghast up. I guess I have to exile my Faithless Lootings if I want to do this. Maybe I should have cracked the fetch land. Would have given me an extra card in my bin. I don't think I want to exile my Faithless Lootings here. This adds 2 cards to my bin. Which means I can cast this and keep a Faithless Looting. Maybe I'm supposed to cast the one from my hand to keep both lootings in my bin. I could see that. We put 12 power into play on turn 2 here. Good chance that that's not competitive enough in Modern against my opponent's deck. Yep. Good. High probability we lose the game next turn after putting 12 power into play on turn 2. I mean, if this deck goes 3-2 and the Fairies deck went 3-2, ergo we have empirical evidence that this deck is just as good as the Fairies deck we played earlier today. So basically the Fairies deck is as good as Hogaak. I have the receipts to prove it. It's just basic math. Oh no, we activated their trap card. So like on a scale from 1 to dead, where are we at here? Looking pretty dead. So now the unfortunate part here is I don't, there's no guarantee that my opponent has a payoff. So I have to like wait and like show me the payoff. All right, that's the payoff I get to concede. All right, so we died on their third turn twice. Man, even with time-shifted feature matches, there's going to be a lot of downtime at the next Modern Mythic Championship. So I think the only change I would make after playing this today is I would slide the second Overgrown Tomb into main and I'd put the third Necrotic Wound in the board. I'd just start with one more land. Just be a little bit more consistent, not lose to myself quite as much. Just putting a CFOD feature every round. Yeah, I think I want to make that swap on my website. Overall, this deck's got a lot of neat lines in it. Look at that. With that swap, the deck's playing 20 lands and all 4 ofs in the main deck, so it's very aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, good to see you, Anner. Have a good rest of your day. The next Modern Championship, I believe, is next month, right? The M20 Mythic Championship is Modern. All right.